Warning!
Bebo loves you.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to the SCN TV podcast for the DC Double Power Hour. I'm your host, Cleo. With me, I have Nikki and Beepo and Dom and Rachel. Hello.
Hi.
Hi.
Beepo got killed a lot today, and it made me happy.
Oh yeah.
I was very happy to see the Bebo continuity stringing through the universe. So
Yeah,
The
that's
thing
great.
is, though, like, when we first saw Bebo, it was in the 80s, right?
Yeah.
That's when Stein was searching it down. This is now in 2017 for them.
2017 in an abandoned toy factory that hasn't
Yeah.
been touched in forever. So it
And
makes
those
perfect
things
sense.
are still working.
It makes perfect sense that Bebo would still be there.
They're still working.
I'm totally cool with that.
I
The
mean,
batteries.
Because they are possessed by the souls of demons.
yeah, that's exactly it. It's just like Kirby's.
Exactly.
They're
Like
better
I
than
demonstrated earlier
If
tonight.
you don't
before the
set it
stream.
on fire, it will live forever.
That's completely fine by me.
I don't know. I've watched people set the Tickle Me Elmos on fire, and those things still go for like 20 minutes after their ashes. It's weird.
Oof.
Yeah, the ashes start shaking. Ha ha ha, that tickles. Huh.
Yeah,
God,
but
yeah.
the Bebo's got acids on them. Is that what? Acid?
Acid?
Acid. Yeah.
Acid.
They replaced the C. We're talking about the Flash.
Sorry.
No, it's okay. Because I got lost too. I was like, hold on, wait. I was thinking maybe Beepo was in Supergirl. I was like, no, there's aliens. No.
Mhm.
Yeah. So the Trickster's son. Have we seen this guy before?
We have.
We have.
Once
Okay.
before.
I didn't remember. I just
No.
remembered seeing the Trickster.
This is Mark Hamill's son, right?
Yes.
Okay, I'm just making sure because the Trickster I thought was from Earth 2.
No.
No, we have a Trickster on this on
Do we?
on Earth.
Mark
Yeah.
Hamill has been on The Flash, yes.
Yeah.
I'm well aware he's been on The Flash, but
That
I
that
thought
was
that
before
was in Earth 2.
That was before we knew Jay Garrick, the real Jay Garrick. Please stand up.
I thought Jay Garrick was the one that fought him.
I don't know, everything before Flashpoint, it just
Doesn't
it's
exist anymore.
all a mess.
Yeah, I'm not. Now I'm not sure. Now you have me down.
I'll look.
I don't know what's going on, so I'll just sit here and smile.
Well, Axel is his name, right?
Yeah.
The son.
Sure.
That's why they call it acid, because he made the acid and
That's
it's a special
that.
formula.
Wah, wah.
Oh,
Yeah.
but
Well, yeah. His mother's got a master in chemistry, and she's there like stirring the pot like a fucking witch.
the thing is,
it's
like,
awesome.
okay, if it can, because Ralph was basically the hero this whole episode, because obviously the Flash is in jail, so it's not like he did offer to phase out and come help them, and Joe's like, nah, dude, it's fine.
The
So,
Flash is in jail. What, did he flash someone?
Yes.
yeah, kind of.
Whip, whip,
um,
whip, whip.
But yeah, so Ralph, he's the hero, and if this acid with his polygamized cells, his I can't even say the actual word because I only remember him saying polygamized, and Harry's like, no, that's wrong.
Yes, his cells are married to all other cells.
Yes, but the acid can burn through basically anything, and with his cells, he's pretty much invincible. But this acid got him. It burned him, but it didn't like go through. So like she's stirring this tub, right? She's not stirring the tub. She's stirring the acid in the tub, and this acid's supposed to like burn through everything. Well, what the fuck is that tub made of?
Mm.
Yes. Not only that, but the chair that they put
Also
Bebo
the chair.
on.
Yeah.
That's what
also
I was
the
like.
chair.
I was like, I no longer believe.
And the stick that was being stirred with.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And the tubing that the acid came down from the galvanized tank that was on the roof.
Yeah.
Oh, what
Yeah.
about this galvanized tank? Yeah, okay, that too. Like,
So
hmm.
I just looked, and the Trickster was in season 1, 2, and 3. We met him in season 1, and that was before Jay Garrick. Season 2, he was in another episode, and it was season 2 that we saw him with Jay Garrick on an alternate Earth that the Trickster was called something else, I think. But he looked like the Joker almost.
Okay.
So, I think you muted, Clay.
Good, because I knocked a lot of stuff over. I thought everyone heard, but it's good they didn't.
Yeah.
So Red Bandit is saying the actress who played Axel's mother, the prankster, is that what her name is?
Yeah.
Was also in the Flash 90 show.
Yeah.
Oh, cool.
Because they showed pictures of her and Mark Hamill, and it looked, like it was from the show.
Yeah.
So I forgot to look that up, but I kind of figured that was the case.
That's cool. I like it.
Yeah.
mean-
where were we going with this? Talking about people?
I just had a problem with how the acid could, get rid of a Bebo, but not everything
Yeah.
else that it touched. And, it harmed Ralph, too. So it's like,
That was the funniest thing, watching Ralph shriek when it came in contact with his knee.
God. Yes. And then and when he was like back in the chair at Star Labs, it was just like when he was elongated and couldn't do anything about it.
The shriek from
He was
his
just
knee.
there panicking.
The shriek from his knee was not quite at the level of, but reminded me of the shriek from Marv in Home Alone.
Mm.
Like when he gets
Maybe
the
that was his
tarantula on his
inspiration.
face.
Yeah.
Like that one. It's somewhere around that. Not as good as the one where he's being electrocuted in the basement, and absolutely nowhere near as good as the one when the pigeons are attacking him. But the scream only escalated as it went on in those movies. I think that's why he never came back for a third one, because he couldn't top the second one.
I guess so. He did kind of shriek again near the end of the episode when he saved, who would he save?
Caitlin and Cisco.
Oh yeah, it was Cisco and Caitlin.
Yeah.
And he made this huge ass tent over them, and he was like, "I'm not burning."
I am absolutely in love with all the ways that they try to get Caitlin to turn into Killer Frost.
Yeah. Yeah.
They just screamed the name of her high school bully.
But it was instant. It just happened.
It was instant, and they said the name in unison, and I was just like, "Girl, you got problems."
Mm-hmm.
Couldn't
She's hypersensitive to that kind of stuff.
Yeah. Yeah, it's really funny, and I know it's gonna happen, probably, maybe later than sooner, but she's gonna be able to control it.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
But for now, it's very funny to see all the ways Cisco and Wells.
That, or we'll
around.
get one of those really awkward scenes where you watch movies when people have split personalities, and then one face is turning this way and one face is turning that way, and they're talking to each other.
You mean like Gollum?
Yes,
The best
exactly
scene
like
in
Gollum.
cinema history?
Yeah, okay.
It's fucking hilarious.
Like that.
It
Exactly
looks
like
so
that.
much. Yeah. Yeah. I hope we don't get that.
I mean, it's a good scene. I wouldn't say the best in cinema history.
No, I know.
but-
It was a joke. I just think it's fucking hilarious.
I mean, I think the only other thing that I want to mention about the Flash is the big helpful dude in prison.
Goldberg?
Oh my
Goldberg.
god!
Bill Goldberg?
Dave.
From WCW? Bill Goldberg?
No.
Did
His
did
name
Dave
is
melt
Dave.
your heart a little bit?
No,
'Cause
his
my
name
heart
is-
Melted my
melted.
heart.
His name is
a
Bill
lot.
Goldberg?
Dave.
Bill Goldberg?
Name is Dave. Dumb.
No, it's not.
I mean, it may be Bill Goldberg in what you're reading, but on the show right now,
No,
it's Dave. That's all we know.
His name in real life is Bill
Yes,
Goldberg.
we
Yeah, okay.
understand.
We got that.
So
In
I don't
the
know where
show,
you said that
he's
I'm reading. I'm not reading anything.
In the show,
Okay.
he's Dave.
In the show, he's Dave.
I'm aware of that.
And Henry performed an emergency appendectomy on him.
Yeah. Because, like, I can't remember how the scene led up to, but how he showed his scar. And it was like, oh, how would you get stabbed or something? Or I don't know how. I was like, no, dude, that's an appendix scar.
Yeah.
Like, I know that shit. I have one. That's how it looks. But
Yeah,
no,
and they were just walking in the hall, I think, and he said, "Why did you help me?" And then he just lifts his shirt up and is like, "Your dad."
Your dad stabbed me,
So I saved
so I
your
helped
life.
you.
well, he did kind of stab him. He had to cut him open.
I'm
at
glad
least.
they're friends.
Yeah. Well,
Yeah.
I was reading up on the character is called Big Sur, and he is actually part of the Injustice League.
Oh,
And then later joins the Suicide Squad.
okay.
So
Neat.
he's very, very different from his comic book counterpart.
Yeah.
In the comic book counterpart, he was born Doofus P. Ratchet. That was his name. And he had a malformed
Doofus?
brain gland that
Aw.
caused him to grow to incredible sizes, but left him like mentally handicapped.
So
Um,
Did his
my,
parents hate him?
yeah, I was
yeah,
gonna
pretty
say, like,
much.
did his parents call him Doofus from day one, or was it just something he grew into because he wasn't
No.
quite?
That's his full name.
His
How
How would
parents
they know
suck.
from when he's a baby? They're like, oh, look at this precious baby boy. We're going to name him Doofus.
Yeah, sounds fantastic.
How
But
do you
then-
come to that conclusion?
But then later
We're
on,
gonna name him Doofus.
Flash brings him to Gorilla City, and they are able to correct his brain gland, and he actually becomes a genius, near genius level IQ, and becomes just like a normal member of society after that.
Could you imagine this big guy, right? This big, huge monster of a guy, like Hulk size, being incredibly intelligent?
He probably shrunk after that, because the brain gland is
It's-
what caused him to be on the larger side.
well, Dolph Lundgren is really, really, really smart. He's a really big guy.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, the gland got him to that point where he grew. Shrinking
There
wouldn't
is-
happen like
No, it went.
immediately.
No, there is a like pituitary gland or whatever does make people have gigantism, but once it gets taken out, it slows down their growth but doesn't shrink them. So it might not shrink them.
So if he still like does his lifting and shit, he's
He
gonna
might
stay a
not
big
shrink.
man.
Yeah, he might not shrink.
Yeah,
We don't
that's
know.
true.
Because they don't shrink. I mean, we've looked at every little like thing, abnormality like a superhero has is linked to real life at some point. Some little,
Yeah. But
medical thing.
Cleo, are you
that-
familiar with the Injustice League?
I know the name, but no,
Okay.
I haven't
Is-
read anything.
It looks like it's a team made of all villains, because I'm looking at a member list, and it's like Lex Luthor, Kronos, Catwoman, Penguin, Joker, Bane, Bizarro, Harley Quinn, Poison Ivy, Scarecrow, Two-Face, Reverse Flash. There's the Dr. Light. There's all a bunch of people listed on this thing.
Oh man,
So-
fuck Dr. Light.
So,
That's the
Okay.
worst.
yeah.
I mean, that's like basically every villain I've ever come across with the DCU. So it's okay.
Yeah, I'd never heard of the Injustice League before that.
I've heard of it. I never really read anything with it in it.
Mm-hmm. Maybe,
But good to know.
maybe we'll see Dr. Light next season.
I would rather so many. Listen. I'm scarred when it comes to Dr. Light. 'Cause if you, no, I'm serious. If you've ever read Identity Crisis, things he does are fucked up.
I feel like will have a better chance of seeing Dr. Light in Legends than the Flash.
He was
I
a Flash
agree.
villain.
I mean, so is Reverse Flash, or what's his face was, and he ended up being in Legends. I know he was in the Flash first, but I mean, it carried over.
You know.
Yeah. Yeah, he's also an elongated man villain, so
Mm-hmm.
you're right.
Okay.
It's probably very likely, but the shit he did to Ralph it's not cool.
Yeah.
I wonder if they'd make him as twisted as that.
I don't know.
So was
Oh no! Wait.
He debuted in Justice League comics, but
Didn't we have a? Hold on. I thought we had a Dr. Light already on the Flash.
I don't know.
I don't know, but Marluxia says,
And it was a woman.
or Marluxia
Yes,
asks,
yes. We've had Dr. Light on already.
Okay.
Oh,
She
have we?
was from Earth 2.
Linda
Was
Park.
she Meta from Earth 2? Yeah. Yeah.
Oh,
Oh.
Okay, so we've had Dr. Light already. She's a woman. But not, I guess
Okay.
not an Earth 1 Dr. Light.
yeah. Red Bandit is like, didn't we see one? Didn't we see one in season 2? Yes,
Yeah.
we just
Yes,
confirmed.
we did. It
Yes.
just clicked.
It just clicked. And Marluxia asks, so was Ralph's new suit acid proof? No,
No, it wasn't.
The acid got
No.
neutralized at the last
Yeah.
second.
last second Harry
Last
got
second
the acid.
neutralization.
Yep.
But
Because Harry's like, I don't got it.
but they do
wait,
have
I got it.
bazooka bubblegum over there or something. What was the gum? Was it bazooka?
It was
No, it was something else.
Sounded like bazooka.
Shoot, I forgot what it was now.
But
it was a bubble gum. Yeah.
But Cleo, did you watch Arrow or you're done? Like
I did not watch Arrow.
okay, because
No, but I would love to know what happened.
no, because what's really interesting to me is Ollie went and apologized to the team, and he's like, "Look, there's much bigger stuff than like what's going on with us, and none of us are really like." He's like, "We're all to blame," kind of like you. He's like, not to point fingers, but like you, what's your name? The girl, the new Black
Dinah.
Siren,
Mary?
Dinah. He goes, Dinah, you withheld the information, about your partner, and you've been talking to him and stuff like that. You've been withholding that, and, Wild Dog, I understand why you did what you did. You were protecting your son. I would have done the same thing, like...
But I was mad because you're going to take me away from my son. So.
Yeah, so he's like, look, and we know we did surveillance on you guys, and it wasn't right. We all have things to blame, whatever. And they didn't accept it. They're just like, no, like... we can't trust you after that. They left and made their own group.
Oh, what's their group?
They don't have a name yet, but
Oh.
but Curtis just revealed they have a new hideout in the old
Helix.
building. Yeah.
Oh.
So
And
Oh,
I don't know.
Curtis.
I get the feeling that those three, they haven't been in the vigilante game very long. They're just too green. I think they don't know what they're getting themselves into.
no, but the fact that they went and built a whole command
Well, it's
center for them.
Curtis.
I know. I'm just saying the fact that they built a whole command center for them. It's not going to be like, oh, they changed their mind after an episode. They're gonna. It's gonna have an arc, and I'm really excited for that because it's just like, Ollie, we don't need you anymore, and that's what I love
like
about it.
if they took the Arrow Cave and moved it because too many people know where it is.
That's also true.
Quiver?
There's too many people. I mean, they found out that their Arrow Cave was bugged when Lauren or what's her face, the other Black Canary,
Black Siren.
Black Siren came in, and so they found out that they've been bugged and microphoned for like the last couple of months. Found that out this episode, but
Yeah.
yeah. I mean, if they do move it, that's great. That'd be awesome.
Yeah.
Red
Bandit
I
said,
think-
when did Curtis have time to put that lair together?
I don't know.
Magic.
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 I don't know.
Been working on it on the side.
They're still I mean, they went through, I mean, Renee had Curtis go and look up his deposition and all the information they had on all the evidence they had against Ollie.
Mhm.
I wanted him to delete it because they thought, but they have backups of the backups of the backups kind of thing. But then they found the voice or the recording that led what's her face to to Mad Dog to, say, hey, we know who you are, turn on, the Green Arrow. But they never listened to it. And they're like, well, let's listen to it. But then I'm like, they never listened to it. I wonder if there's like a little something in there that will make them come together. Like there's something that be like, hey, wait a minute. Because they did mention, because we know that Cade and James and all that, that's what they want. They want to conquer and divide. That's what they did. They divided them.
Yep.
And that's exactly what he wanted. And that happened. And they are saying, and then they said, what, you think Cade and James planned this to, divide us up the whole entire time? Like, it's totally
like he's not the one that ran surveillance on us,
yeah, but he's the one that started it all. He started the ball rolling.
Yeah.
And but the fact that they said it like it was totally out of the spectrum of believability that he could have started this all is like, really? It's like, really, you guys?
All he needed to know was that Ollie's a tool bag and that they wouldn't forgive him for something like that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He just had to push them in the right direction.
Yeah, it's not that
he did all for him.
It's not like he masterminded, this. He's just like, here's a flaw that I could exploit.
Yes, he did. But the fact that
he knows they're idiots, basically.
Yeah. But the fact that everyone was like, oh, he couldn't have done this. He's not the one that did this. It's like, well, probably he is to start with. I mean, granted,
they're saying it as in like he's not the one that made you guys run surveillance. That's your fault.
Exactly. Yeah.
It's just he's the one that pointed it out to them and made it, made them aware of it.
Well, then again, if he didn't start the ball rolling, all the stuff that happened after it probably would not have happened.
No, but that doesn't make it right.
But it doesn't make it right. I'm not saying that it made it right. I'm just saying that the fact that they're thinking that, oh, he has nothing to do with it. It's like, well, he does. He did play a part. Granted, what happened afterwards is on you guys. But he did play a part in toppling all the dominoes.
Yeah.
So it does kind of suck. But I would really like to hear the evidence that she had on Renee to get him to turn. And they were going to show it. They showed all the voice recordings. And I was like, just...
Yeah.
Why did you not show that? That's what I'm kind of at about.
But Dinah's aware now that her partner is working in cahoots with Cade and James. So.
Well, that didn't take very long.
No. So he's not what he says,
I think he's going to be the weak link. I think.
Yeah, I think he's definitely the weak link of the chain that's gonna help infiltrate and break them. But and
it might be either him or Dinah, because they have these. Because he does love Dinah.
Yeah, well, we see Dinah's having some issues.
Laurel and her dad.
Yeah.
So those two people could be the weak link. We don't know which one's going to give first.
Yeah. But on the bright side, Curtis did fix Diggle's tremors.
Yeah, they did fix.
Cool.
So that was like Curtis's last thing he did before they kind of went their own way.
Mm.
He's like, I made some improvements. I think I got all the bugs out of it. Here's a new chip. I hope it does what you need it to do. And sure enough, it did. So that was how we ended it. Ollie tossed Diggle a gun, and he just like starts aiming it, and he's like, I guess we're not as down, not as short-handed as we thought, or whatever. So
yeah. But
all they'll need is for Felicity to start fighting.
Yeah.
Right? I don't know. I think the other team is going to get in over their head. They're not going to realize. I don't think they realize how much it actually goes into doing this.
Wait, no. Let Felicity start fighting. Let her
and then
let
Ollie stop. Yeah.
See, and let her fuck up, and then we don't have to worry about her anymore.
The one thing though that gets me now is Felicity has the electronical implant in her spine. Diggle's got one in his arm. So now we remember last season we were talking about how bad an EMP would like destroy Felicity.
Well, they fixed that.
Did they fix it?
Mm-hmm.
What do you mean they fixed it?
After the EMP did go off, Curtis put modifications on it.
So that it's EMP immune?
Something. They didn't go into specifics. It was kind of like just one of those one little liner things that You
Yeah,
know,
no.
they
I was gonna
say
say, because
passive.
now we have an EMP that could take out 2/3 of their team.
members,
You know?
I don't know how you'd make an electronic device
I
EMP
don't know
proof.
either.
I don't
I
think
don't
that's a
know.
thing.
Yeah.
Well,
Red Bandit.
You never know. I mean,
and-
there isn't even a thing to make a microchip to make someone walk again either. So
Yeah, Red Bandit in chat says, I'm curious as to how they're going to keep the two teams separate without running into each other at some point. No, they're
not.
fully expecting to run into each other.
Hilarious shenanigans will ensue.
They're fully expecting to run
Kidding.
into each other, and they're going to be cordial to one another. Like, they're not going to, compete to, like, injure each other. Like, Ollie's not going to start opening fire on them or anything like that.
No.
But, they're just not answering to him kind of deal.
yeah, I mean, they're going to have to learn to work together apart. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Because they're going to end up at the same places at the same time doing the same shit.
Yeah. And to be
I can
honest...
see Ollie going like this and going, whoops.
No.
No. And to be completely honest, I think Curtis Wild Dog and Mr. T are gonna do better on their own.
You mean Canary, Wild Dog, and Mr. T?
And
You said Curtis,
Curtis.
Wild Dog.
Well, Curtis is there too. Oh yeah, I said Curtis and Mr.
He's
T.
Mr. T.
Yeah, Mr. Clean. No,
Mr.
yeah,
I think
Canary.
I think they might do, but I don't know. We'll just have to see. I think they're too green right now. I don't think they understand. I don't think they know what they got themselves into.
Yeah, they gotta learn. Ollie did it. They could do it.
Exactly. But Ollie was just by himself. And they have to learn it together.
That's fine.
Ollie wasn't really by himself for very long.
No, not for very long.
No.
But we'll see what happens. I mean, this might set up a change. I mean, we've all wanted them to change hideouts because too many people know where that one is.
Yeah.
Way too many people know where it is. And so, I mean, I could see them changing.
Yeah.
We circle back to the Flash
I
for
was
hot sec.
Just gonna say, Marlexia
Alexia.
in chat point out we forgot about the very, very last bit of the Flash.
Yes. So the same woman who was at
The wedding. The crossover.
who made a really weird, awkward conversation with Barry.
Yeah.
Was there and paid for Dibney and Curtis, Jesus Christ, Cisco's coffee.
Coffee, yeah.
Yeah.
Uh,
So, what this says to me is we have this lady, this girl, who, by happenstance, happen to have two interactions with Flash team members at crucial moments that they needed it. She was there during the wedding just before everything went down. She was there, when Cisco and what's his name?
Dibney.
Ralph needed, money. It's like she has knowledge of future events.
She's probably from the future.
That's what I was gonna say.
And,
I feel like she's from the future.
Yeah.
If
Especially
I
with
had
the
to
runes.
make a stab in the dark guess, Barry and Iris's daughter.
Yeah, there's a lot of talk about that she's probably Barry and Iris's daughter from the future.
Yeah.
I like her better already.
Which
better
and
than
she
Iris.
started writing in the same weird language Barry was writing in when he was in his weird Speed Force trance.
Yeah.
So
So is
I'm
she
wondering if
taking
that's
notes?
an alien. It looks like she's taking notes, yeah. I'm wondering if that's an alien writing or if it's like just her shorthand. Or
That might
Well,
be
if it's her
just
dad, maybe he passed it down.
that might just be future writing. That might be the way that
Maybe.
writing is done in the future. Like
It
the
could
English
be, or-
language might be gone, and that is what writing is.
Or it's just related to the Speed Force.
yeah, it could be Speed Force language.
Can
Can
kids
kids
of
of
metas
metas
inherit
inherit
powers?
powers?
I believe that in the comics, I believe they're
They do.
twins. They both had powers.
I actually I think if I said that last week, I think I got that wrong. I think it's Wally's kids are twins.
No, Barry and Iris had
Barry had
Dawn,
twins?
and they had Dawn. They had two.
Okay.
Because I
Okay.
looked up when I was...
She still might be a twin.
Yeah. I mean, the TV show might have just gone alternate
Different
route and
way.
just,
Yeah.
you know, they only had one child, whatever, you know.
Yeah.
I mean that works the same way as like we've been talking about Black Lightning because that just came out and he's a meta and he has daughters and they both have powers in
Well, I
in the
mean-
comics.
Yeah.
So-
I mean, didn't like the explosion change their DNA? So, in essence, when they pass on part of their DNA, that DNA is changed. So
Mhm.
Yes.
there's a possibility for that
Yeah.
to happen. I mean, that's
Same
only
way-
logical.
Like the same way you might get green eyes, brown eyes, blue eyes. You know, it's all that kind of stuff.
Mhm.
It's
Orange-
science that
Orange eyes.
no orange is not a thing.
Meta's...
Well, I guess metas maybe. Fucking biology, leave that in the schoolroom, please.
You're the one that brought it up.
Well, I'm just saying it's a lot like that, you know, the genes, the DNA that you pass on to your children. It's just like, you know, blue
Yeah.
eyes, recessive gene, you get red
Hand-me-down
hair,
genes.
freckles.
Mhm.
Yes, all that jazz.
So Black Lightning.
I
Who watched it this week?
I unfortunately didn't get a chance to this week.
Nikki,
So-
you get to watch it?
did watch it.
Yay, good. I was for a second I thought I was
I
gonna
actually
be...
watched it a few times because
Nice.
I really like, I don't know why I like this feeling of show, like the vibe, because
Yeah.
I really like Luke Cage as well. So like I kind of get the same feeling from Black Lightning, and I don't know, I just really like it. We discussed it last week. When I saw the trailer before I watched it, I was like, oh hell no, this looks bad. And then I actually watched it and I was like, no, I like this.
And I mean,
So-
I think it's just because he's a different kind of hero.
Mm-hmm.
He's not young.
No.
B, he's not as over enthusiastic to do good. He just like wants a life. He wants to protect his family, you know,
Yeah.
like the basic shit. Like,
Mm-hmm.
and it's a different kind of villain. It's a different kind of city in crisis.
It is. It's not
Uh,
even the city that the original Black Lightning storyline is in. It's completely different.
Mhm.
So, but I mean, like I was mentioning, we did get to explore his older daughter's powers a little bit more.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it's obvious that she knows something's up, but I mean,
Yeah. She put a pharmacy robber through a couple aisles.
mm-hmm. It didn't even like. The thing is, like, she was having. It seemed like an anxiety attack before
Yeah.
her powers started to kick in, and that whole motion where she threw him, she didn't seem like she was conscious that she did that. Like, it just happened. Like, it was instinctual,
Mm-hmm.
and that's kind of the way Jefferson works too. His powers react very much on his emotions and what's happening at that moment, and the way his ex-wife explained it was like an addiction. Using the power
Yeah.
was like an addiction, and Gimli's like that. No, he's fine. It's not an addiction.
Gimli from Lord
Ghibli.
of the Rings.
Ghibli.
Ghibli.
Yeah.
He's
Okay.
got the weirdest ass name ever.
It's a weird name.
Studio Ghibli.
Yes. Fucking hell, man. It's really funny because the ex-wife says the being Black Lightning's the addiction,
Mhm.
and Ghibli's like, no, you're the addiction. He's addicted to loving you, like, and that was a very interesting argument.
That's a good song too.
I mean, he doesn't use the powers because he wants to protect his daughters and because these people are pissing him off, not because his ex-wife is like, oh, look at me, I'm in your house and I'm half naked. Like, no.
Why was she half naked?
I don't know. I feel like that's what he wants. I mean, they did joke
She
about
was
it a
in
little
his
bit.
house and he was half naked.
That's
Is that
true.
what we're talking about?
She was there for a booty call.
No.
No, she was
No.
there for trauma relief.
Yeah, because
Because
the daughters
last-
got kidnapped.
Is
last
that what
episode.
we're calling it now?
Well, if you want to put it that way.
Well, if she's half naked in his house.
I
Well,
just said she
She was fully
wasn't.
clothed. He was the
He
one that
had
was
his
half
shirt
naked.
off. It was his bedroom.
He was also it did seem like he was coming down from doing all the work last episode when he got back from the hotel. So it was like he looked like he was in a lot of pain and he was just a lot of discomfort. So not only was she there to make sure her daughters were okay, but she like knew exactly what was happening because she was the one who told him to go in the first place. She's like, get our daughters back.
Yeah,
Even though
knew
she's
he'd
so
be
against him being Black Lightning, she was like, just get our daughters back. So she was there to help him through that little bit, but I mean, you could see like I'm kind of on the power is sort of addicting. It's not addiction. It's addicting to use.
You know, it's funny because I don't think the power's addicting. I think for some reason he's having negative effects from using his powers.
Because he went how long without using them?
Yeah, and that was going to be my other point. Is it because he hasn't used them in so long and he's not used to it, or is it like a kind of Quake situation where his powers are hurting his body because he isn't quite using them right yet?
Maybe.
Quake from Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D.
Yeah.
Or other people's context. Because it wasn't just like when he was getting up and he was all like in pain. I thought it was just, you know, you were spinning around kicking dudes in the face like freaking what's his name?
Like an acrobat.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, but it wasn't just that because his like lightning was going through his arms as well.
Yeah.
So, and I really like his powers. The more fight sequences there are and the different ways he uses them, it's really interesting.
Now,
and when he was going to the penthouse to get Lala, and the doorman's like, "My man, he's upstairs. Go right ahead." Kick his ass.
And then when he said to the guy in the elevator, he's like, "Nah, I'm gonna take the stairs. I need exercise." But like, I think the thing I noticed too is like, the way that the electricity goes up his arm when they show you. Now, is that on like a major nerve section, or is that like
it looks like it's traveling through
his nervous system?
His nerves, his blood. I don't what.
Because I mean, it looked like a major vein of some sort. I didn't think it was like a blood vein because that doesn't really make sense.
Anybody knows science? How does lightning, electricity travel through a human body? Like it follows
from wherever it enters into the ground. It searches out ground.
Okay.
Basically.
Yeah.
Maybe it works the same
path
way
through
with
the body. Like that's why I was thinking it was the nervous system because our nervous system does run on its own electrical current. So for it makes sense to kind of connect it that way. So I would understand why it's so painful.
Yeah. Yeah.
I mean that's more science. That's more biology. What the hell, guys? What are we doing?
More biology. This is the biology podcast.
I got a D in biology.
Yeah, I was gonna say I didn't do very well in science.
Science, another story.
Yeah.
Biology was really bad.
I had to take biology twice.
I'm sorry. I only got a D because my teacher hated me and didn't want me in this class anymore.
Just put that right over your face, Dom.
Bebo's here now. Dom's gone.
Only Bebo, no Dom.
It's cuter, at least.
It is a hole.
I was gonna say something else.
Bebo thirsty.
Oh my god.
Okay. I really like it. I'm not too keen on the villain quite yet. I don't know.
The first episode, I mean,
he was good.
Really fucking got me. And I think they're keeping him.
I thought we were talking about science.
Doesn't mean science or evolution isn't real.
I forgot about that part in that episode. That was so fucking funny.
Anyway, you need to return to Greenland. Which will soon be melting thanks to global warming, which is also real.
Thanks, Ray Palmer. Thank you.
Yes. What the fuck were we saying? Oh, Tobias.
Tobias.
Yeah, he really got me in the first episode where he just like drowns this guy in his own aquarium and then shoots another dude with a harpoon. Yeah. That he grabbed me as a villain, and I think they're doing a good job of keeping him, I don't want to say to the sidelines, but like just giving him a little bit of the spotlight, not too much yet, to build up like anticipation. I think they're doing a good job of that.
I don't know. I feel like this episode he didn't grab me as much, like, because I did like him in the first episode. He was very like, I don't know if mysterious is the right word, but he's very. I'm very curious about him.
Yeah.
And how he got, like, I want to know his origin, really.
Yeah.
But this episode, it just kind of seemed like he fell flat a little bit. And he was just showing his guns a lot. That's about it.
Yeah, and I think the thing, at least for me, that got my attention was how easily he choked the life out of Lala with one hand.
Yeah, so is he a meta too, or is he just really strong ass man? Like, just
I'm thinking he is. I also figured out why I thought he looked familiar. There is someone who shops at my store that looks remarkably like him.
Oh,
so that was why, because I saw him the other day. I was like, oh shit.
Hi, Tobias. Just casually say hi.
I'm sure I've seen the rapper too. Yeah, like the actor who plays Tobias, but I think the recognition came from the person who shops at my store. So,
okay. Oh.
Anyway, no, this episode was great. And I liked the whole all the stuff with the younger sister too.
Her being a little freaking.
Her being a, you know.
Yeah, the teenager. Typical, you know what, my life doesn't.
Drinking in the gym, like, that's one step too far.
At that point, she didn't care. She felt like, her life didn't matter anymore, so she was just gonna blow it off. Like, sooner or later, it's gonna catch up to her, kind of thing. Like, that's. And I'm so glad her boyfriend, her brand new boyfriend, they just decided to go steady this episode.
Yeah.
Like, no, bitch, you be stupid. Stop it.
He said it a lot nicer than that.
Oh, he didn't use vulgar language, but it was way more harsh.
Well, I think it was a lot of that was a knee-jerk reaction too, because he said, his dad got killed, his brother's in jail, like.
Yeah,
he seems like a very straight edge guy. Like,
he mentioned like he worked his ass off to get to the point where he is right now, and he didn't. I feel like he kind of like, I don't want you to bring me down because I really like you, kind of thing. That was kind of the whole way the conversation was going, but it just didn't. Those weren't the words.
Yeah. I mean, I also think not just I don't want you to bring me down, but it's like he just doesn't want to see her like that. Because they've been friends forever. I think it's sweet. I hope it lasts.
Yeah. Well, he seems, like you said, he seems really straight edge. He seems like a great guy. Probably because he's been through so much trauma in his life. He knows how to, deal with it, not properly, but better than she would. Because it seems like because of Daddy and his status, she's kind of had silver platter pretty much her whole life. So,
and she's also, that's another facet to her rebellion, is that she doesn't want to be, princess of the school or whatever they call her. Yeah. She wants to reject that. She doesn't want everything she's been given. Yeah.
Kids, man, they just don't understand.
No, what happens when Black Lightning starts running up against metas? Like, are we gonna ever see that?
Oh, I
Well, if
assume we will.
Tobias is a meta, then
Yeah.
it probably won't take too long.
Because he seems oddly strong.
Yeah.
Because can you imagine Black Lightning versus Livewire?
But that's not gonna happen. But
That's
It's not
okay.
gonna happen.
Not anymore, but
I
yeah,
know,
no.
but
They're-
can
yeah,
you imagine the possibilities?
That's crazy because they're two very different lightning powered metas.
Right.
Mhm.
Very
Well,
different.
they do manipulate like she's electricity, he's lightning. It's a little bit different.
Yeah.
Yeah. But they do manipulate the beams very like very a lot of like she uses it to hook things and like grab things. He's doing the same thing with lightning. So their powers are similar in a way, but they are different
Yeah.
because
In the application.
yeah.
Or
They're-
similar in the application, different in the source.
Yes, different sources. I can't wait till her name is Alyssa, right? The
Yeah.
oldest daughter. Can't wait till she realizes what her power is, because I
She
just want
had
to.
that. Sorry.
I want to see Thunder and Lightning, a
Yes.
daddy-daughter duo going out and fighting crime. It's
Yeah.
gonna be it's cool.
Why am I not surprised?
Just a side note that
Why am I not
what Cleo's referring to is they just put on our share screen. There is an Etsy store, Dr. Frankenbecky, which you go to right now and buy your very own Bebo plushie for the low price of $58.76.
At least it's
That's not
just a
far off
plushie.
from what you said.
It's
as
really
you're
not.
telling us. Yeah.
It's really not, because I know what that kind of stuff.
What it costs to
yeah,
make. Yeah.
yeah.
It's
So,
not easy.
It's not mass produced. It's handmade. So
Yeah.
Yeah.
Exactly. Anyway, what I was gonna say about Anissa was there was that look of recognition on her face after she threw the guy trying to rob the pharmacy across the store, where I'm thinking it kind of clicked. Like, she broke the sink, that was step one, and this is like, oh, I have powers. Because I think there's a part of her, she might not know, but she might have a hint that her dad is Black Lightning.
Well, I mean, we did get that flashback last episode where she looked like she's like 5-6 years old, and she walks in on her dad getting mended by the mother, and she's like,
Well, I think
"What's
she
wrong
would've
with
been-
Daddy?" But it seems like that's been pushed out of her mind because I
Mm.
mean, I don't know, I can't remember the explanation the mom gave, but it was either like oh, Daddy just he tripped and fell, or get the hell out of here. I don't remember how she worded
Well, I think she was too busy yelling at Jefferson. But she said you might as well be a drug addict or something.
Yeah. So
yeah,
maybe
and then
that's
she told him to get out.
maybe that's the connection. Maybe she thought, oh, my dad was into drugs when he was younger.
Yeah,
So-
exactly.
Now that she's older, and she could probably could remember that situation, be like, oh shit, my dad is Black Lightning, because what the hell's happening to me? So I hope she comes to that realization on her own and be like, and not be scared about it, but be like, oh, awesome. Let me go talk to Dad.
Yeah.
Because that's the only. I mean, that's probably the best way to approach this situation for her, anyways.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, no, I'm super excited.
Mm-hmm.
Feel like I'm missing something. Oh, a lot of people died this episode. Lala's dead. The cousin's dead. The mother. Oh, that whole arc with the mother of the daughter was in the
hotel, yeah.
prostitution ring. Yeah, that was really sad.
The thing is, like, yeah, we dealt with the sisters being kidnapped and being pushed into this ring kind of thing.
yeah.
Whereas there are girls who choose to be there, and they choose. Well,
Yeah.
no, like they were saying at one point, like you can get the girls, you hold them down for a while, but they go running back.
Yeah, for either the money, the drugs, for that they're afraid that the pimps are gonna come and get them.
Yeah. So I mean,
So there's probably a lot of manipulation there, like, you know, mental abuse there that makes them come back.
yeah.
That's why I put the quotes there, because, you know,
Stockholm syndrome.
yeah.
In a way, yeah. I mean, they're still they're still free willing to go.
Loves me.
Yeah, cool. That's not.
It's
But-
just
but I
how
think
he
that's-
says he loves me.
I
I'm
think
sorry.
that's what's
Go on.
the most alluring part of Black Lightning is that the situations are controversially real.
Yeah.
I mean, this shit does happen right now for us, real life. So it's not. I think that's. I don't know. That's not why I like it, but that's the reason why I'm probably more intrigued by it.
It's the darker side of the DCU.
Yeah, because you know you got Flash. It's campy. You know, they're dealing with metas. It's somebody who can shoot lightning, or same with Supergirl. You know, you have an alien who's she's doing her own vigilante bullshit, and then you got the Legends who are just a bunch of fucking retards flying in their spaceship or their time ship or whatever. So,
Which, side note, officially confirmed Wally West is going over to Legends.
Good. They'll
I don't-
appreciate him
I don't.
over
Wild
there.
Con-
No,
Constantine,
I don't agree
They'll
with it.
appreciate
Is that
him
the-
over there.
Don't agree
Is
with
that
that.
the other kid?
It's
Who
Kid
is that?
Flash.
Wally? Yeah.
Oh God, really?
No, it brings
He's
up a
awesome.
whole.
Shut up.
It brings a whole slew of problems to Legends now, because
what?
you had with Legends previously we had Firestorm. Firestorm is probably the most overpowered member of that team, and if you paid attention, they did everything that they could to separate Stein and that to keep like this overpowered weapon from coming in and just solving the problem in 5 seconds. Now you have Wally coming to the show who could literally run, so ridiculously fast that he could defeat a villain before they could blink. Or solve an anachronism, whatever, before the ship lands. And can time travel on his own. Doesn't need the ship to do that. And all kinds
there's
of...
a lot of problems with speedsters time traveling.
I'm well aware.
Consequences of that.
I'm well aware, but I'm just saying that, it's just
If that happens,
Wally is this incredibly overpowered
Sarah's
character
gonna put the smackdown on him.
coming to a team of people
She can
who
catch
don't
her.
have a place. Like, Wally doesn't have a place either, but Wally is an established superhero, and none of the other people on the ship are. So...
and they got rid of Jackson, and I mean, we know that Wally is his own
He
engineer.
just went off to go do something. We don't know for sure he's left.
No,
but
I mean, he's gone for now, and he was basically the ship's mechanic.
Yeah.
We know that's what Wally does on the side.
Well,
That's what he
Wally's
went
an
to school
engineer.
for. He's an engineer. So they kind of need to bring that aspect back into
You need
Legends.
that.
yeah, but Wally could fix that in 12 seconds, and
Maybe he wants to take his time with that kind of stuff.
Or maybe there's things you can't fix in 12 seconds. I don't think it's going to be as difficult of a task as with Firestorm.
I don't know.
Firestorm's
I don't know. I'm reserving. I don't know. From what I have seen bits and parts of the Flash, and what I've seen of him, I don't really like him. I kind of want to smack him upside the head.
He really grew into his character from the very beginning when they first introduced him. He was a kind of a pain in the ass, but he really grew, and I like him better than Barry, to be honest.
to me,
I
though,
agree.
sticking Wally on that ship is like putting Supergirl on Legends. It's just like... It's too
But the
overpowered.
But the difference is Supergirl, has her place.
Mm-hmm.
No, I know that, but I'm just saying the overpowered ability that he possesses, just it's gonna do a lot of like sidelining him to make the story work, and the whole reason for moving him over there is to give him a spot without being sidelined on the Flash, because if you don't sideline him, then everything gets fixed in 6 seconds.
I can see them doing this thing where they have him, and then he's like, "Oh yeah, I could do that," and he goes out and does it and screws it up, and Sarah's like, "Listen here, you son of a bitch!"
Actually, that sounds like something Wally would do, yeah.
Yeah,
And she's
for
going
the first few times, but I don't
and
think
she will be just, "Listen to me, God," and she'll shackle his.
Well, that's my
freaking feet
point,
to the
is they're
ground
going
or
to
something.
sideline him.
Or they're going to give them bigger challenges that a speedster can't just solve. Like, Barry doesn't just solve everything that comes around.
Yeah, like, look at Savitar. That took him a whole fucking season.
Yeah, I don't know. They're dealing with a lot of metas and stuff, so it depends on Flash. It depends on what they're dealing with. Because if it's just basic anachronisms, like, this person's out of time. Jack the Ripper's loose in dinosaur times. Like, Wally could fix that in 6 seconds. But if he's going up against metas, sure, maybe, there's something, but just like basically what they've been dealing with so far, it's all stuff that they would have had to find a way to sideline Wally for.
I feel like they know what they're going to be doing with it, and some things might happen, but in the end, I don't think he's going to get any less time. I think he's going to get more time on the Legends, and that's the whole point.
I'm just worried. That's all.
So I feel like that's going to be after the whole Constantine arc.
I'm so excited.
Yeah.
I've been watching Constantine and went back and I watched the Fox show.
They released a bunch of new photos from the next coming episode, and he's in there. So Constantine is going to be a big player in the the rest of
about fucking time.
Well, we knew it was coming. They had to build up to it.
Hinting about Constantine for how many seasons on Arrow?
First season on Legends, they've been.
Yeah.
Well, and he was also on Arrow, and they hinted
Arrow
about
season
him
3.
coming there. Yeah, and he's been ever since that show has been canceled. They've been putting him on different shows.
Yeah, well, Legends comes back February 12th. That's in 3 weeks. So.
Yeah. Do we know why it's coming back later than the rest, or is it just because of Black Lightning? They wanted to.
I think it's because of Black Lightning.
They put it in Black Lightning's time slot. They moved Legends. It's
Legends will be on Monday.
Yeah.
Yeah, Legends is coming back. It's Monday.
Yeah, the 12th.
And Legends is gonna be on Monday.
Yep.
Then we'll have 5 shows to talk about.
Yep.
Cool.
I mean, Black Lightning will be going much longer after Legends comes back, so I think it's
got a
1
half
or 2
season?
episodes.
Yeah,
yeah,
12
it's
episodes.
only 12 episodes. It's a little one.
Mm-hmm.
So.
Yeah. But yeah, Supergirl.
Supergirl. I was.
They gotta go to Fort Ross, which is in a blue sun where men can't survive.
Yeah.
I was like,
hilarious.
Since we were on the biological track before, like,
yeah,
I was just curious because it's like, what did they say? You can't because they can't have the Y chromosome.
Y chromosome, yeah.
So we have women who have the double X chromosome. We have men who have the XY. Why can't we have the YY chromosome? Is there something like in biology that doesn't allow that to work?
Absolutely.
Why?
Because
it's a non-viable.
You get one from your mother and one from your father, and the one from your mother is always going to be an X.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
That's biology.
Right, but why can't you genetically engineer it to have double Y?
It would probably be really bad. You can have an extra chromosome.
Yeah,
right.
It could be XYY.
Yeah. So you can have 2 Ys, but you can't get rid of that first X.
No.
You can't. The genome doesn't
viable.
work.
It wouldn't be a viable.
So
fetus
I just Googled really quick double Y chromosome.
Googled it.
Apparently it's a genetic mutation present in some males in the 22nd century in the Aliens universe. I see. You like how I started that, so it seemed like it was real.
Yeah, I was like, it can't. And you said Aliens universe, and I'm like, oh, thank God. Oh man. No, Fort Ross. I don't. It was.
It did feel like aliens, like when they got on the ship.
Well, didn't they mention it? Didn't she Livewire? I think she did. I think she mentioned.
Livewire had so many references this episode. She was on fire. I mean, she kept calling Imra Matilda.
Yeah, why did she do that?
She called Sai Regina George because Matilda is
Regina George. That was funny.
She knows like kinesis. Have you ever seen the movie Matilda with
Oh,
Danny
read the
yeah.
book.
Okay.
Yeah, she has
Yeah.
telekinesis.
Sorry.
Yeah. And
I got the reference to the little girl, but I was thinking of a different story.
and she called Cy Regina George because the actress played in Mean Girls. When she said that, I just about died. I had to pause, get up,
And
and walk
the way
away.
she looked at her when she said it, she was like,
It was good. Oh, there was a lot of things that Livewire said. She was really great this episode.
she
and
looked so pathetic when Supergirl first came to find her.
Oh,
She
when-
looked
yeah.
she was like so beaten down. And she's like, so you're doing this because you don't want Rain to come find you, huh? She's just like, yeah.
yeah, yeah. She has to play the facade so that Rain wouldn't find her, but like, she's also really upset because Rain like killed all her friends.
Yeah.
All of them. They're all gone.
All
so
my
she's
friends are
alone.
dead.
All my friends are dead.
Yeah.
That's from a little dinosaur book, right?
Yep.
It is that little tiny dinosaur.
All my friends are dead.
So sad.
Yeah.
It's just sad. But yeah, I mean, there's a lot that was actually going on in this this episode. I mean, with Rain specifically, they're expanding that character like no one's business. I mean, like even referencing that her human side is stronger than she thought,
Mm-hmm.
you know, and the little hologram lady is like, get control. It's like, yeah, it's harder than you think. Because a mom's instinct towards her child is probably a lot stronger than you think.
Yeah, we saw a lot of flashes of Ruby when Samantha was trying to get through. And that was like, even like when we first saw Samantha and Ruby, she's like, oh, we're stronger together. We're the best pair we can be. Like, we are one. And that really, that's obviously going to be Rain's
Undoing?
undoing because Ruby matters.
Well, and what's her face side? Actually, when she.
Yes, I broke it. Yeah, that the wall that Rain
incredible.
had. Yeah, Side like crumbled some of that wall down, and you could see, like at the end, Sam's like, "Shit, things are happening."
Well, yeah. I mean, when she's on the thing, when she's like, "Where am I?" Because it was her, and she was just looked at. She's like Supergirl, and then all of a sudden it switched back. But yeah, no, there's got to be more tug of war.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah,
than she anticipates.
But now that she's kind of like approached Alex and said like, "Yo, there's something wrong. I need help."
She finally said something. A character that says to another character, "Hey, something's wrong with me." Finally.
Yeah, she's smart. Unlike a lot of the other characters that we've come
Time,
across.
high five, girl. High five. I mean, she's like, I'm missing time. Don't remember where I am. Something's going on.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I think Alex is the best person she could have asked for help from.
Yeah. I mean, you see the way that Alex handled her daughter this episode,
with
too.
Ruby. She's really good with kids, and that's why when I saw the text from Maggie, I wanted to just strangle somebody because I was like, oh, you're bringing back bad freaking feelings.
Yeah.
Well, that's a part of life. Those doesn't go away. There's always going to be constant reminders. So
she needed her passport. God.
She did.
Yeah, that's true.
So.
But Ruby was really good with Alex too. Like she was comforting, and
I love their jokes and the humor and everything. How it bounced back and forth. Alex is just like, I'm a really terrible babysitter, but I'm down for it. Let's do it.
Yeah.
she was.
And I like at the
fine.
end of that whole exchange, she goes, do you want to watch, what was the movie?
The Shining.
Do you want to watch The Shining?
I'm putting The Shining on.
Yeah, I love that. That even
She
Tara,
made-
it's like she made me watch The Shining. She was, you were 15.
You wanted to watch it.
Yeah, you were 15. You wanted to watch it. It's
Yeah,
your
but
own fault.
now we learn that Alex is sitting there asking the girl. So the girl, if she had said yes, then but you wanted to watch it. It's not that I put it
Yeah.
up. You wanted to watch it.
You wanted to.
So that Kara may have been whatever age, but it wasn't her idea to watch it. Is
Probably
the key?
not, yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. No, I do. I love the little when they go to that girl's house that was bullying Ruby. I love that. Oh God, that girl's face. It's okay. Honestly, that would not have happened because if my daughter's standing at the front door talking to someone, I'm coming right up behind her, going, "What's going on?"
Mm-hmm.
Because I'm a nosy ass bitch mom. But that's just.
I would do the same thing, but I ain't.
But then
You don't know if that lady's mother was taking if that girl's mother was taking a nap.
Taking a dump.
Take him dump. She was in the bathroom.
Maybe.
But still, you know,
Is-
she was like,
yeah.
I would have been
I
like,
mean-
and then heard what was going on. I'd be like, you don't have to worry about it. Come here.
Yoink.
Yeah,
I
I mean,
don't know,
if she's in the
she seemed
kitchen or
to-
nearby, yeah, for sure. But you know, the way TV works is if you're one room away, you can't hear the conversation with the next person. And
right.
if
Unless
you're watching,
the plot needs you to hear the conversation, and then they make
Yeah.
sure.
and if
Exactly.
you're watching Psych, all you have to do is turn your back to the person, you know, and they can't hear you.
No, that doesn't work. The two idiots just think it works. Because every time
I know.
it doesn't work.
I was kidding, but yeah. No,
Yeah,
and you know, but you know, in a house you could be on the other side of the house and you hear every fucking thing that's going on.
It really depends on the house
Well, yeah.
Yeah.
and the person.
But still, yeah. She's
And which way the wind's
living
blowing.
shit. And she scared the ever living shit out of that girl. I love the fact when she's done, she's like, yeah, close the door. It's like, yeah, because I can't move.
Give me the crutches. Give me the crutches.
Give me the crutches. Yeah, that was great. So there's a girl 3 houses down. She pushed me in kindergarten. Don't push it.
Loved it.
Yeah, seriously, that was a bordering abuse of power territory.
I have a feeling if something happens with Samantha, Ruby's going to end up staying with Alex.
I
I
can
just
totally
have
see
that
that.
feeling.
I can totally
I
see
can-
that.
could- I
If
think that's happening.
if Samantha ends up dying for, you know, whatever reason
Oh,
because
Alex
she can't
would
be
adopt
stopped,
her in a heartbeat.
That's what I'm
Oh, yeah,
saying.
she would.
Alex would adopt her and it would be fantastic.
I'm getting all weepy. I want it to happen because we know how
You
much
want
Alex
Samantha
wants
to
be...
die. Okay, got
No,
it.
well,
Well, no.
no.
We're not
but I
over
mean,
No, but if it has to happen,
I
want
want it
Alex
to
to be a
happen,
mother.
guys.
I want Alex to be a mother. That's how it like.
Yeah.
You know, you see it. She
Yep.
she can be a good mother, and holy crap, like this episode just proved it.
Yeah. Even if she doesn't die, if she gets imprisoned or, you
Mhm.
know, sent away, you know, anything
well,
like
they
that.
did say that, you know, rain will go away, but they never say when or why or whether, you know, or anything. They just said she will go away. So that's like saying, oh, so-and-so's gone.
Yeah, but
It's
then
like you don't know if they're dead or if they just left. We don't
Yeah.
know.
but there's also purity and pestilence now.
They didn't mention those, did they?
Who? What?
There's the other
The
world
other-
killers, purity and pestilence.
Yes.
So-
Was that this episode?
That
Yeah,
was
missed
this
that?
episode. Maybe.
Oh,
The girl that got slammed by the car? Or
Yeah,
you pushed-
okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mhm.
What
I'm
was-
guessing that
Julia?
was purity. That one's purity because
Yeah.
when her eyes flashed, they were white, and usually
They
that
were
means
white,
purity.
yeah. Because pestilence would be like a green or a yellow. I would
Yeah, so
I would
yeah.
assume. So like to find out that because Rain and that hologram of that priestess, they've been talking about the other world killers, but now we actually have names.
Mhm.
I was
the
like,
names that I missed.
The chick on the on Fort Ross, the
yeah,
priest-
Oh, Ross.
Jinda Kolraz.
Yeah.
She
Yeah.
said purity and pestilence.
Okay, I guess
Um,
I didn't equate that to people. I don't know.
and then Cora said it to them. Who,
Yeah.
you know,
Yeah.
were looking for some other.
I mean, I didn't I wrote them down just to be like, okay, she really emphasized these two words, but then we had that scene with Julia, the girl that got hit by a car, and I was like, okay, she's definitely one of these people. So those two words that she said purity and pestilence, she's one of them.
Mm-hmm.
So
Yeah. Okay. I don't know. I thought I was thinking of something else, or I must have heard wrong, or
Yep.
Yeah, I don't know.
So you got those going on.
yeah, I don't see them being as evil. Like, I know they're gonna try to paint them like maybe the priestess of the rain peoples are gonna try and like make them evil, but I don't know. Like, purity, that doesn't sound evil to me.
I know. When did they? I mean, we only saw them we only saw them shoot off one, so obviously they shot off 3. Or do they shoot them off from different places all at once?
To me, when they first started talking about other world killers, I thought there was going to be like a dozen. I thought there was going to be a lot more than just 3. Maybe there is, but like right now, they just gave us 2 more names. That's it.
And
But-
is the lady at the end of the episode one of those names?
What do you mean?
The one that got hit by the car?
Yeah,
I think
Julia.
she thinks she's Purity.
We think she's Purity because of the color of her
Okay.
eyes, the way she flashed. Because Rain is red,
Mm-hmm.
and her eyes flashed white or
Right.
silver. So
So those are the only 2 that we've seen, but we know
Yeah.
there's at
Heard
least
of.
one more.
Yeah.
she mentioned Purity and Pestilence. We haven't seen Pestilence.
Right, that's what I'm saying. We've only seen
Yeah.
2.
We've
Mhm.
only seen 2 so far.
Yeah.
So yeah. But I mean, with
Interesting.
with the league of these superhero dudes, with them being helpful now, like they've just kind of like decided to just interject now whenever they want instead of being like, we shouldn't. They're just there now, doing their shit.
I love Brain. I want him to stay.
I
I'm
wanted
sorry.
to give him a good few punches in the side of the
Yeah,
head.
he
this
was a little
episode.
infuriating this episode.
I
I
love him.
loved him.
This episode is what made me love him more than anything. Like
I
I
liked
did
the
not
last
like him.
episode a lot
I
better.
hated him in the last episode.
See, I liked
Yeah.
him in the beginning of the episode when he was
Don't
like, just like
hurt.
when he was
Why
joking
would
around about
you know,
Wynn's
this
tech.
is funny.
This
Yeah,
is
that
this
was
is
fun.
the episode that he
Yeah.
grew on me. Like, cause it's just he's sitting there thinking he's a big know-it-all. You know
Yeah.
that he knows everything there is
Like
to
an
do.
asshole.
But he's got this whole section that he's blinded to because he doesn't know about
He doesn't,
our
'cause they
tech,
don't know
our
the
culture,
history.
anything like that, because he doesn't know the
Yeah.
history. Yeah.
Yeah, 'cause
Yeah.
they don't know about Earth history. So it kind of, at the same time, it's like, ha 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 ha.
I like how when Wynn figures everything out, he's like, "Yeah, we did it," and I'm like, "No, you didn't.
You did it, Win. You
Wynn did it. Brady, you had nothing to do with any of it because you were sitting there closed off because you were having a little panic attack."
Yeah. Well, I mean, I'm pretty sure they would have given Brainy more credit if he wasn't being a little prick.
That's why he's fantastic.
I think he comes off as a prick because he has knowledge in the future. He's really smart in the future, but in the past, not so much.
Yeah, he's
Yeah.
still
Oh no,
really
I'm
intelligent.
not arguing his intelligence. I'm not arguing that he didn't have the right information. I'm arguing the way he handled it, like a tiny child.
Right, and that's why he's fantastic.
I love him.
Yeah,
like him, so.
I think he'll
You got
learn
me
to
there.
listen now.
Like
I
that
think he'll
is
learn.
you just named every reason why I love him.
Loved it. Yeah. Okay.
Well, I think he'll be more willing to learn because all the stuff he's like, wait, because when Wynn was telling him like, yeah, the satellites and all this kind of stuff, and he's just like,
We don't have
Oh.
cold fusion.
Context is king.
yeah, and he's
You
like,
gotta learn the context.
and I think that what they need to do is give him a computer and go read up on the history from now until till
Just-
when you
they
can't.
ha-
You know
he
what I
has
mean?
the- They
Turn
have the
your finger
internet.
into USB drive and just
Right.
Surf the internet. And,
Get onto
and
the
you are
internet.
now
Suck it in
you
the
are now
internet.
programmed
He
with
just has to
memes.
Hold on.
plug himself in, right?
Hold on, you put Ultron on the internet and he wanted to kill everybody. I
No,
don't know.
no. You put him on there, you plug him in, and stick him on knowyourmeme.com.
Oh my
Oh, God.
god.
And
So he knows the way.
and then
He'll
next
come back.
time we
Yeah.
know he's
Yeah.
Ugandan Knuckles.
But yeah, no, I like him. I'm sorry, I absolutely loved him. I love
Yeah,
him.
no, I like him too. I just thought he was infuriating. This
He was a little jackass this episode.
allowed to
I mean,
like
doesn't mean
both.
I don't like him. It's just
Yeah.
like this episode he was annoying.
Yeah.
I don't know. His annoying is more funny than anything to me.
But we're down a villain now.
But you're talking about
I don't
Livewire, right?
Yeah.
I don't think she was any more of a villain than
No.
I am. You can be bitchy at times, but I don't think she was a real true villain.
I feel like she learned her ways. She thought
learned
she
a way.
didn't have any more friends. Supergirl ended up being her friend in the end because she even said so. Don't hurt my friends.
Yeah.
But
I think
I
she
mean-
was. When it happened, she was in a bad spot. She got fired from Catco. She was pissed off. Blah 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 blah. I just think she's just thought no one would want to be her friend.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So she just...
And Red Bandit says, I hate that they killed Livewire, though. And, I mean, it's kind of... I kind of saw it coming, because from the trailers and stuff that I've seen of Riverdale, she looks like she's becoming more and more of a bigger part of the show. So...
Hold on, who's she in Riverdale?
Penny Peabody.
What a name.
So...
Wait.
She is
Yeah. So she's gaining a big following on that show now, where she has a much more...
She's the snake charmer, Cleo.
Oh my god!
I don't even watch the show, and... well, I can't say that. I'm just way behind.
Oh my god, I
I've-
had no idea.
I've only seen the first 3 episodes. But,
Well, and this is a good way for them to kind of cut out her...
yeah, I mean,
character, too.
this is them closing
Yeah.
off her story. They made it a nice, little arc for her. The actress is just... She's way too busy right now to do anything. What are they gonna... They're gonna lock her up and keep her in jail and bring her in 1 episode a season when it's convenient. That's not a good way to keep that character. So...
No.
Having the character sacrifice yourself and, all
That's
this
what
stuff.
they're
And,
doing with the psychic lady.
Yeah, but that...
Sigh.
So she's on Jane the Virgin.
Yeah, but I mean,
She
that's
is.
fine for her right now.
Petra. She's
That's
great.
fine for
I
her
love
right now, but, she's gonna have a more prominent role. But with the Riverdale, she's way too important over there.
Yep.
And it's gonna be too difficult to keep her on. The
Yeah,
character
I would like
Livewire
to-
is a bigger character anyway. It deserves more than 1 episode a season. So I'm completely fine with killing her off this way and locking that other lady up. Like, because you can't do that with two characters. That like.
But I liked where they were going with Livewire.
Well,
with
yeah.
her and Supergirl's relationship. I really liked it. But at the same time, I liked how she ended up. Like, the way she went out.
Yeah.
It was still... I mean, I don't say...
She went out like a hero.
She did. It wasn't graceful, but she did end up on a good point.
Yeah.
I mean, the scene where she fizzles out, is how I put it, is sad, but I mean, they ended her character very well. It was well written.
What I want to know, because it obviously shook up the wife, because I don't even bother learning her name. When Red did her mind thing, it shook her up, and it still shook her up. So there was something. It's amazing that I can't know what's going on in the head. That would be really cool if she knew what was going on in their head.
Yeah.
But it doesn't seem like she does. Otherwise, she would have known that Rain is not, it's 2 people.
Mhm.
But yeah, so with Mon-El's wife, something got shook up in her brain when she did it.
Well, I mean, they're both psychic characters. So when you're affected by something, I mean...
Well, they're psychic and telekinesis, so...
Well, they're still kind of their mind powers. So I mean, to be affected by another mind power it would shake you up because you're not used to your mind being
But she also,
penetrated.
she with your worst fears. So what exactly is she keeping something? What's her worst fear? Is her worst fear that Mon-El's going to leave her for Supergirl, which I'm all for. But
I mean, it might
Neither
just
here
be
nor there.
that she stays behind. He stays behind. Like she loses him because he stays behind.
yeah, we don't know. Yeah, so I mean, and you see she's visibly shaken up through the whole entire episode after that. There was just something off about her after that. Because everyone's like, "Oh, how you doing?" She's like,
things happen,
Yeah.
whatever.
yeah. She just kind of, you could tell something wasn't quite right.
I also feel like she, after Sai got to, because, that was also, an instinctual reaction for Sai to send out a blast at that point because she kind of got whooped.
She was.
So,
Yeah.
it wasn't...
It was like a cornered animal.
Yeah.
Wasn't something. It probably wasn't something she consciously did. It's something that just happened.
Right.
I mean, when she hit Rain with her blast, then that was conscious.
That was consciously.
She made sure what she knew the fuck she was doing. So who knows what she did to Imra at that point?
Mm-hmm. I would like to know I think it'd be really kind of.
Mm.
Because if she still continues acting weird, I want Supergirl to be like, what exactly did you see? You know what I mean?
It would be interesting to have, because, I mean, I know you don't like Imra because of Mon-El, and you really liked Mon-El and Supergirl's relationship and how they were dating and everything. It was really cute. But, I mean, I don't have anything against Imra.
I don't
in the
really
beginning.
know,
In the beginning,
but-
I was really, really mad about Mon-El being like, you should have waited, kind of thing. But like, I understand that there was a lot
Yeah.
of time between.
7 years. I mean,
So, I want to see Kara and Imra become closer, not
Yeah.
because of
I
Mon-El,
don't
but
know.
because of their similarities.
it kind of irks me because every time that Kara thinks that, or it seems like she's actually finally putting her feelings where they and where they need to be, and putting things in the past. Monel comes back. He's like, I really do care about you still. Blah blah blah. And then he like pulls her back in. He's like the freaking mob. And once you think you're out, and he pulls your ass back in. So I mean, it's not fair to her. I don't think he's doing it intentionally.
No.
But it's not fair to her for him to say that. And like when they had their talk, he's like, come on, talk to me. And it's like, she's like, well, what she really wanted to talk about was her feelings. But she was like, no, I'm not good. I'm going to tell you about this, with Livewire died and all this other kind of stuff. But that's not really what was on her mind. We all know that.
Yeah.
So it's just, it's kind of shitty on his part, but I don't think he's doing it on purpose.
Yeah.
But still, at the same time, you're like, oh, it's like digging that dagger deeper and deeper in the heart.
Now I was kind of
Because
distracted with.
realistically,
Go ahead. I thought you were.
I was gonna say, realistically, it hasn't been that long since they came back.
Yeah.
So
I was kind of distracted with like what was going on with Livewire and that kind of stuff. What ended up happening with Fort Ross itself? Is it still like
It's still
circling
there.
that planet?
Yeah. The sun is still in orbit. Yeah, they fixed it.
Okay.
They like manipulated the thrusters from the Voyager 2 satellite or something.
Yeah.
yeah, they did something there.
Yeah.
Need to see an episode that focuses on Mon-El in the future. That'd be interesting because it would be a flashback, flash forward.
Like when
Yeah.
he first arrived and stuff like that.
Yeah. Because it's Mon-El's flashback, but it's everybody else's flash forward.
With flash forward.
Can
Or
we call
him
it something
teaching
else?
No, a flashback forward.
him teaching them about Bon Jovi. That'd be freaking hilarious.
Yeah. They could all get shot through the heart.
Oh my god.
No.
She even mentioned, she goes, just like, I'm like, oh God, please. I was like, who is she talking about? And then she says something about,
Bobby.
and then Bon Jovi. I'm like,
Tommy and Jim.
okay. I didn't even think about the song at that time because I was like,
I
totally
honestly,
not even thinking about it.
I didn't peg Mon-El as a Bon Jovi fan, but hey,
Whatever.
I mean, I'm not arguing.
I thought he was more of a Spin Doctors fan myself.
But,
Yep.
I mean, he did teach them what limited Earth history he knew because he didn't know that much. But this would be a good time for them to get Earth history, and if they do go to the future, back to the future. If they do go back to the future, it'd be a good thing for them to bring some of that history back, so people have an
because-
idea.
Because yeah, they did say that Earth was completely wiped, they didn't have any history.
It was like
So
someone,
to bring some of that back, yeah.
someone did a hard reset on Earth.
Yep.
Yep. So, I don't know. I think, is that about it?
Other than, they went to Fort Ross to get this priestess, Jinda. They wanted to bring her back or find out what the hell was going on with Rain, and then Rain ended up killing her.
Mhm.
So, they
Yeah.
did, but, I mean, the information that they got from her was sort of helpful. They
And then
know
they got
that
crazy. They got crazy Chad Lowe from the jail. Crazy Chad Lowe guy. It's his name. I can't remember his name in the show.
You mean the dead guy? Because he was a man? What are
No.
you talking about?
I don't
I'm just
know.
what they're gonna do with his character, the fanatic.
Oh, that one.
Oh, Colville.
He's
Yeah.
Didn't he get sprung? He got sprung.
Yeah.
He's out. He's out
He's
with.
with him. He's
he's
with him. But what are
in
they gonna do with him? I mean,
Oh,
what
okay, yeah.
exactly is gonna happen? And how much does he really know? Because
He knows a lot more than the average
Yeah.
bear.
Yeah.
No,
The
he-
average bear.
No, he knows enough that he knew about Jin Nicole because I think that's who he talked to. He knows about a lot of the history of the god that has
What exactly
connected to
did they
Rain.
put in those pods, though, for him to know all that? And if it wasn't just in that pod, because I know he went around looking for other Kryptonian stuff, what the fuck did he find? I want to know. I want to see his origin of how he came. We know how he kind of came back because, the whole Supergirl saved him in the airplane and everything. But I want to know what he found and how much exactly he knows and how, you know what I mean? Just because right now we're just guessing at how exactly he knew all this stuff and and how much he actually knows.
I feel like he's been corrupted, like all this, contact with the Kryptonian and all these devices and history and artifacts.
He's like a cult leader. He's definitely just like a cult leader. And he was for a time.
I think he's been in shows where he's been in a cult before as well. So,
but yeah, I want to see kind of. I mean, it doesn't even have to be a full episode, but a little bit about how he came to all this knowledge, because it's for a human to come by all this stuff is a little unusual.
Yeah,
that's why I think he has help.
I just wish he was actually in this episode.
Right.
They referenced him.
Yeah, I know. So yeah, I think that's about it. Next week, Nikki, you got Supergirl?
Yeah, next week, the episode's called For Good. Says someone tries to kill Morgan Edge and he barely survives. Yay! He accuses Lena of being behind the attempt.
You're yaying because he survived?
No, because he barely survives, which means he's on his deathbed, which is a good thing.
Maybe he's in a coma. Can we have that?
Yeah, that's probably what it is. He accuses Lena of being behind the attempt and vows to destroy her. When Lena fears...
So no, he's not in a coma because if he's telling her that he's not in a coma. Damn!
When Lena fears her hatred for Morgan will take her to the Luthor dark side, Kara steps in to help her friend. Meanwhile, after Sam realizes she's losing time, she confides in Alex, who decides to run some medical tests to see if she can find out what's going on with her new friend.
Oh no!
It's such a crazy long synopsis. Holy shit!
I mean, they tackled two storylines basically.
Yeah. I'm very curious to see what they find during the brain scan, because they do. I mean, not only do they have like superior technology, they have kind of alien technology too.
I feel like they're gonna try to put her in a machine, and the machine's just gonna blow up.
What if John can like psychically connect with her?
It's if he doesn't fucking use his powers enough, man. I think he's still afraid of them.
A little bit,
but
hurt
he somebody again.
We in the last 2 episodes we have seen him use them.
Yeah, but not the psychic part. He's used his shape-shifting part. Yeah, and then he doesn't use the psychic part enough.
But he did do the whole underground beating her up thing, kind of molding through the ground.
Rain. That was last episode.
That's what I said. In the last 2 episodes, he's used his powers more than usual. So
those powers.
So I don't know. It's a way to go. I hope they find something. I hope.
So what's next on the docket?
I got Flash.
Okay.
Honey, I Shrunk Team Flash. A meta who can shrink anything leaves Cisco and Ralph as miniature versions of themselves. Cecile makes a discovery that unnerves Joe.
Oh, this is gonna be fantastic.
I know what Cecile's discovery is gonna be.
They're having twins?
Yeah. They're for sure 100% having twins.
Okay, so everybody's having twins. Wally, Barry, and Joe.
Yep, everybody's having twins.
They're having the Oprah twins, huh?
And then over on Arrow, the episode's called We Fall. William lands in Caden James's crosshairs. Caden James ups the ante by launching his plan to take control of every aspect of the city. Despite the scope of Caden's plan, Oliver is determined to foil it with the original Team Arrow. and without the aid of Renee, Dinah, and Curtis. But things get complicated when William is endangered as a result of Caden's handiwork. And it almost feels like a Zodiac kind of vibe to me, because I see the William gets targeted while on the school bus on the way home. And I know one of the big things of Zodiac was like, I'm going to target the little kiddies as they jump off the bus, so...
Oh,
Yeah. I was in one of his grisly letters.
great.
Yeah.
Sounds fun. And Black Lightning, Lawanda, the Book of Burial. As Jefferson Pierce tries to determine if the community can survive without the help of Black Lightning, Anissa starts to come into her own. Meanwhile, Jefferson and Lynn try and figure out their new dynamic. Finally, Jennifer reveals to her parents that she has been grappling with something big.
Yep.
So she's been into her powers longer than her older sister, and she's been hiding it this whole time?
Or she's just pretending that she's okay with being kidnapped, and really it's just destroying her on the inside.
Yeah, there's that. I forgot that happened.
Maybe.
Which is probably why she was drinking so much.
Yeah.
Yep. All right. So, Cleo, where can people find you?
You can find me on Twitter, Cleomoto. Sorry, Dag. Left finger.
DC? 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 DC?
DC?
Oh, me. Okay. You can find me on Twitter at LadyVenom24. LadyYvenom. He pointed at DC. Like it was next.
Ebo loves you.
You can find me down below at Phenomenon, PHENOMEDOM.
Phenomenon.
Do,
Phenomenon.
do, 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 do.
I have myself muted. I'm sorry. I failed you all.
Well, I heard it.
Okay.
Rachel, where can people find you?
Find me right here at Viking Witch 76 on the Twitters, and right here on Twitch at Viking Witch.
You can find all of us at ASO TV Podcast on Facebook, Twitter, Gmail, Google+, right here on Twitch and YouTube. Follow us for some more podcasts from some of your favorite TV shows, video games, and movies.
And we have a Discord. Check that out.
Yeah. Join the Discord. Talk to us.
We post funny memes, or memes that we think are funny.
Yeah. Because we think we're hilarious.
Mom jokes, dad jokes, all around.
Do I need to get my Furbaka out again?
Yes, do it. You must fight the devil with the devil.